It's again, well, for sure my pleasure to be here to present in front of you. And today I will have a, it's a short, presentation, so don't worry. I won't bother you with too much information, with analysis or with percentages or whatever. But I just want to show you how the market is evolving and how the market is going towards which direction. So first of all, I like to start with the Western European market. The Western European market, the PC market, is still growing, despite of what most people think. The PC market in Western Europe is not dead, absolutely not. But you see there is a change, there's a move from one segment to the other segment. And one of the segments which is still going strong are desktop PCs. But of course, it's a bit smaller than it was many years ago. Well, portable PCs, we all know the laptops, we all know the tablets. Those are the products we are focusing, and let's say also end users are focusing on these days. Because the tablets is really a want-to-have. Everybody wants to have a tablet to make them more mobile or as a matter of portability. And since we have a lot of people from Holland, so I also like to emphasize how the Dutch market is evolving. And that's still going strong. As you can see that the total PC market in Holland is stronger than than the overall trend in Western Europe, and which is still also the standard PC market is still growing. Again, it's not a dead market. So still we have a market to supply, and we still have a market which is very, very healthy. And to make you some understanding how the market is evolving, HP is number one in the Netherlands, followed by Acer and Dell, Asus, and a very strong number 5 in Holland, and that's different from the total market in Western Europe. Apple is number 5. Then we go to Central Eastern Europe. We have a lot of guests from Central Eastern Europe, like our friends from Serbia over here, and of course everybody else, which I don't mention, but they're just in front of me, so that's why I recognize them. But the market in Central Eastern Europe, again, is healthy. But you see a different trend from Western Europe. For example, the desktop PC market is declining, it's going down, but that's in favor of the mobile market, the portable PC, which is still growing strong. One side it comes from tablet PCs, on the other side it comes from the standard laptops, which is still a need and a must-have in Central Eastern Europe. And to give you an idea what's the number one brand, and again it's different from the market in Western Europe, but Acer is number one in Central Eastern Europe. We have Asus as a good number 2, HP is number 3, Lenovo is number 4, and Samsung is a strong number 5. So that's how the market is in Central Eastern Europe. I don't go into detail about each individual market, because as I mentioned, I took, let's say, some overall general information. First of all, not to make this presentation too boring, because looking at figures is not nice. So I tried to make it a bit more interesting, just to take the headlines and to go through different markets and different segments. We have the Middle East and African market, which is also a very strong market for one of our partners, Ascendion. We have guests from Middle East. Unfortunately, we don't have guests from South Africa today. But to give you an idea, also, the market in the Middle East is a good market. And the Middle East market, you can compare with the Western European market when it comes to the trend in desktop and portable market. Desktop market is still stronger and much stronger and still growing faster compared to the portable market. And to give you again some information about the number ones, HP is a strong number 1 in the Middle East, followed by Dell, Acer, Lenovo, and again Samsung is at number 5. Where are our Russian friends? Oh, they're over there. Well, we also took some information from your market. And look, you have a very good market. So we rely on you in this respect. But the desktop market is declining, but that's in favor of the portable market. And again, the tablets are a very big part of the growth in Russia. To give you an idea who is number one in Russia, it's also Acer, followed by Asus, HP, Lenovo and Samsung. So you can see that in Central Eastern European markets, Middle East markets and Russia, let's say the top 5 is about the same. Ukraine, we also have our friends from Ukraine. I can't see them where they are, but if they can raise their hands. Nobody from Ukraine? Well, there must be. Well, I see one hand, but I'm pretty sure there are much more than one person. But okay, to give you an idea of your market, a good, strong market. But again, as you can imagine, the same trend as in Russia. Desktop market is declining, the portable market is increasing. So that's how it is, and that will be the trend for the coming at least 5 to 10 years. And in Ukraine, the number 1 is Lenovo. HP is number 2, followed by Asus, Acer and Samsung. So in all the markets, in the eastern part of Europe, Samsung is our number 5. And there's always the battle between Asus, Acer and HP. Before we go, let's say, to other markets, or before we go to other specific segments, I look at 3 different segments, and 3 different segments where Kenyon is very strong at. One of the markets and one of the segments is keying devices. They call it keying devices, but we just know them as keyboards. Just easy as it is. But you can see that still keyboards is growing. It's a market which is still pretty strong. And if you look at the markets, what was, let's say, investigated in this respect by GfK is Czech Republic, France, Germany, Great Britain, Greece, Hungary, Italy, Poland, Portugal. So part of your markets are included, but I'm pretty sure that the trend is around the same. If your country is not mentioned, I'm pretty sure that the market is about the same. It's about the same involvement. Pointing devices, we know them as mice, whatever you like. And the only trend which I can mention is that we're going more into cordless mouse. Because of the battery lifetime, there was always some more favor, let's say more benefit for the corded mouse. But now we see the market of the cordless mouse increasing. So please take this information as your advantage. When you are buying for your own stores, you know that the cordless is becoming more interesting for end users, and they are now ready to buy wireless mouse. Another market where Canon is very strong, and actually still is webcams. But as you can see, it shows a different trend, which is unfortunately the situation, but also something which we can imagine. Because every portable device, and in most countries that's the biggest growing market, has its own webcam. So that's one of the reasons. And those information, that's what I didn't mention, I'd like to mention right now, is that this is sales value. So this is based not on numbers. So one of the reasons of webcams, because the market is declining, we also see that the prices are going down. So automatically, the sales value of the market itself is also going down. But that's just some random information for you. And what is also interesting to know, because that makes me think of other products. As we know, there are really many people on Facebook. Well, the last figures we got from Facebook is actually that 950 million worldwide are on Facebook. And that's quite a lot of people. And 223 million among those Facebook users are from Europe. And all those people want to have access to Facebook, to social media. And they're always curious who posted something new, what are their friends doing. So the conclusion, they need a device. They just need a device to go to social media, to go to Facebook. And that is my bridge to the market of tablet PCs. The research agencies are not all the same let's say, on one line when it comes to the total number of shipments which they predict for 2012. One say it's between 102 and 110 million. Some research agencies even mention 120 million devices. But okay, who cares? It's only 10 million difference. And only in Q2 2012, 25 million tablets were shipped from Asia to Europe, to America, to let's say all over the world. And that's why we also know that the biggest market of tablets, we all know iPad is very, very strong. In Q2, let's say 17 million devices of iPads were shipped. So they are one of the strongest in the market of tablets. And you can also see, let's say, most of the brands which are in peripherals, they sell accessories for iPad. iPad 2, the new iPads, those are for these days, let's say, the most popular devices. But you can also imagine that there are markets, because iPads are expensive. And people in other countries which don't have, let's say, too much money to spend on an iPad, they want to go to different devices. So there's a trend, the market is changing, and these days we see that the market to tablets which contain only Wi-Fi is going up to 75%. They don't want to have 3G, 4G, whatever, they just need Wi-Fi. That's also interesting for you, because I'm pretty sure that most of you sell tablets and make sure that your customer get the product they need, and Wi-Fi is one of the most important features on your tablet, and let's say that's what people require. And it's also interesting, and that's just some side information, random information I'd like to share with you. How do end users use the tablets? Well, I just show you, because I didn't know as well. I just took it from the research agencies. And print reading. Well, it's just reading a magazine, reading a newspaper from the iPad. That's what people do the most. Listening to music, browsing internet, access to social media, again social media, shopping, ladies, and of course standard internet communication, so that could be Skype, MSN, or whatever kind of messenger usage you can imagine. But we see there's a trend in the type of tablets. In 2011, over 75% of the tablets were 9-inch, or let's say had a bigger screen. But because of the price pressure and because of the fact that people don't want to spend too much money on a tablet, but they like to have a tablet, we see that the market is changing to low-cost tablets, and the market will go down in the low cost. So that means that they have a smaller screen, they have let's say, a smaller price, which is maybe more interesting. And that's why we see that, and that's what expected, that in 2016, 60% of the market will be owned by the low-cost tablets, and that's meant tablets which are cheaper than 400 euros. Another device to access social media, that's one of the things most people do, but checking emails, checking the news, having, let's say, WhatsApp or other instant messaging programs to talk to your friends, smartphones. So only in Q1 2012, 153.9 million smartphones were shipped, were sold. And they expect, or that's compared to 2011, where 491 million smartphones were shipped to Europe. In Europe only, it was 27.4 million in Q1 2012. And again, the market by smartphones is for a big deal dominated by Apple, but actually the biggest market is for Samsung. Together, they own 60% of the market, but they take together 90% of the profit from the market. So in 2012, it is expected that 686 million smartphones are sold on a total market of 1.8 billion mobile phones. So still, smartphones are a small part of the mobile phone market. And as you have also seen in the booth over there are some nice products from Canyon that are related to smartphones and to tablets. So, actually, this was the part of my presentation. I hope it was not that boring to talk only about figures, but I'm pretty sure that this is relative information for you, because you're in the market, you are the professionals in the market who have to sell all the devices we are using today. And yeah, from here, I'd like to wish you all a very, very nice evening. Enjoy. Thank you very much for listening, and hope to see you next time. Thank you.